los Muertos, and welcome to Coastal Living. We have an action-packed show for you all today, celebrating all things Dia de los Muertos. We're making a station ofrenda to celebrate our loved ones. I'm going to show you how to do some La Catrina makeup on yourself to celebrate, and so much more. Thank you for joining us. It's Coastal Living.
Dia de los Muertos, or as we all know as Day of the Dead. This has been an annual tradition that was first practiced by indigenous people thousands of years ago. These individuals did not consider death the end of one's existence, but simply another journey of life. Rather than grieving death, ancient Mexicans celebrated the lives of the deceased by honoring their memories. During Dia de los Muertos, observed on October 31st through November 2nd, they believed the dead had a brief window to leave the spirit realm and visit their loved ones in the mortal world. Now, here we are, thousands of years later, continuing to commemorate Dia de los Muertos globally. During this tradition, people visit grave sites, making altars for their loved ones, and leaving offerings. Over the years, the holiday continues to evolve in more ways than ever before. During the 16th century, a Spanish conquistador by the name Hernán Cortés saw the duties of Catholicism on indigenous customs. As the Catholic Church recognizes November 1st and 2nd as All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. For generations, this holiday has been widely practiced by people of Mexican ancestry, which is why the recent trends that partake today continue to have the same meaning with their own unique commemoration. An important traditional element of Dia de los Muertos is the altar, or ofrenda, which symbolically makes the deceased feel comfortable when visiting the living. Every ofrenda also includes the four elements: water, wind, earth, and fire. Water is left in a pitcher so the spirits can quench their thirst. Papel picado, or traditional paper banners, represent the wind. Earth is represented by food, especially bread. Candles are often left in the form of a cross to represent the cardinal directions, so the spirits can find their way. These public altars are often very detailed, colorful, and beautifully crafted by the families seeking to honor their deceased loved ones. When preparing an altar, some people include departed family members as favorite food and other personal items, along with photos of them as they existed in life. These items have a specific purpose. They welcome returning family members after their long journey from the other side. Pan de muerto, meaning bread of the dead, is an important element of the home or graveside offering and is an endeared part of the holiday. The round shape of the bread represents the human body. The long shapes laid over the top of the bread represent the bones, and the round knot in the middle represents the skull. Generally, Mexican culture is filled of bright, vibrant colors, music, food, laughter, and love. And this beloved holiday is a resilient example of this all. A beautiful celebration of life, honoring souls all over the world. Feliz Dia de los Muertos.
Join me as we make our very own ofrenda for Dia de los Muertos. So the first stop for DIY everything is always going to be the dollar store. It's the best way to save a few bucks and get a lot of really creative craft items. Some things are pre-made, like these gorgeous calaveras, and of course I had to go and look for the marigold flowers, which they had a really great selection of. You might consider calling some before if you have a specific idea in mind. Otherwise, you really want to go in with an open mind and a budget. Mine was $30, so I did pretty good here. Now, what you didn't see was me grabbing these pool noodles. They do have them at the dollar store. I got two. And what I'm going to do here is replicate a fake set of candles because, of course, we don't want candles burning in the house. I'm not so great with blowing them out, so this is a great substitute for someone like myself. Now, this may look familiar because it is a huge trend this year, this holiday season for Christmas and Halloween, but it's very, very simple. So basically, I just cut the candles or the noodles symmetrically to create what looks like a stack of candles. I tied them together with fishing line, of course, because we've got plenty of that lying around here on Coastal Living, and covered it with some ribbon. I had to go with pink, of course, because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so that's our little homage to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, once we had that done, all you have to do is cut. I used a plastic knife to cut the circles open just a little bit larger so that we can fit these little tea lights. These come with batteries included. I think it was 2 to a set for $1.25. I'm sure you can find them in bulk on Amazon if you need a few. Now, originally I had that black cover in mind, but it looked a little trashy, no pun intended, so we ditched it and just went with the regular bar you might recognize from our Coastal Living set, and we just started taping, hooking, and attaching everything as best as we could without damaging anything. There was a lot of tape and a lot of just finagling around. We created some bouquets with our marigold flowers, tried to really space these out and get the most bang for our buck here because I didn't want to completely wipe out the dollar store. So I only bought so many of them. And at the end of the day, once we add the pictures and everything else, it's going to look really, really full. We did have some of these paper flowers lying around from Cinco de Mayo, though. So with a little help from our director, Cody, here, there he is, we were able to fluff and puff these babies up and really fill up the set. This is a great way to fill up the space on a budget and still make it look really bright, beautiful, and colorful. So here's what we ended up with at the end of our DIY video, which you all saw recently. But once we added the photos, the finished product was absolutely beautiful. Every day that I walk into work, I pause for a moment and appreciate the beautiful souls that were once with us and now are with us in spirit. No two ofrendas are the same, so remember when you're making yours that this is personal, it's between you and your loved ones, and no matter what it looks like, it is 100% special. If you have an opportunity to make an ofrenda this year or anytime in the future, I hope this video helps you to honor and remember the beautiful people that are now with us in heaven. Feliz Dia de los Muertos.
Our TV station's ofrenda is absolutely beautiful, such a wonderful way to honor this special holiday. Another thing that's beautiful about Dia de los Muertos is the culture, the colors, and so much more. But what about the makeup? Our girl Clarissa is a pro at doing it, so let's learn more about this year's look.
All right, get ready for your Dia de los Muertos face paint tutorial. As usual, you want to start with some good quality face paint. The ones I use are called MAC Chroma Cakes, made by MAC Cosmetics. You would definitely have to order these online in advance as they are only available in the Houston and Dallas locations here in Texas. But regardless, whatever you find, just make sure it's something that's going to dry matte. Paint half your face white, and as that dries, we're going to move on to the eyes. Instead of the traditional black eyes, I'm going in with a little bit of color. Purple is my favorite, so I started with the base of purple eyeshadow on the lid and right underneath on the lower lid. Then I'm surrounding it with a little bit of a deeper purple shade, and on the very outside, I'm adding a black eyeshadow just to create some dimension. So when you see it up close, you're going to see it go from light purple on the lid to black on the outer corner. Then I'm using black face paint. You can also use black liquid liner or black cream liner to create that nice smooth edge around the surface of the eye. Now I'm going back in with some of the purple paint and throwing that onto the right side of my lips. Later I'll add some eyeshadow on there to add the same sparkle that I have on my eyes. Reinforcing all my colors with eyeshadow and then adding a little pizzazz with some eye glitter. I'm going in to contour my face. Now this looks super crazy, but this is going to help with that dead look on the Calavera skull. So using my bronzer, contouring, kind of creating those shadows that you would see if it was a real skeleton. So chin, cheeks, top of the forehead, and then a little bit down the smile lines. Now I'm taking that same black liner, whatever you used earlier, and create a swirl, a jagged look, a sideways teardrop. There is no right or wrong here. You're just creating a line outside the face so you can decorate it and create the look of that broken jawline. Here I'm creating a flower, you can do a spider web, you can do just about anything. Again, refer to internet photos for inspiration if you're having a hard time. And remember just to start with small shapes. Each of these was just a little teardrop connected to one another, creating a flower, and then we did some shading. Same thing with the nose as well. It can be just a regular triangle, or you can try to make it look more realistic with the separated black lines up at the top. Now I'm taking my black liner and just smoothing out the line across my whole face to separate the makeup from the non-makeup side. And now we can do the teeth. Here you're just creating an upside down Y. You can kind of wiggle the brush. You can see I transitioned to just a black liquid liner, so I've got more control in a darker shade of black. Sometimes that black paint isn't going to come out the blackest black. So again, get creative here. I want it to look a little more realistic, so I'm sort of shading it in so it's not just straight across the bottom. Doing an upside down spider web, tracing out my flower, reinforcing everything, adding some extra swirls, some shadow on the nose, again, just to deepen the colors that I already have on. And on top of my already white face, I added one more layer of white on the teeth just to make them look a little more exaggerated. And at this point, just have fun. Put swirls on your face, characters, hearts, stars, crosses. The possibilities are endless. Do not feel like you have to stick to any format. Have fun with it. That's what it's all about, is expressing yourself. Now, they're not absolutely necessary, but they definitely add a little glam, so I went ahead and put my eyeliner, even though you can barely see it, and then some really heavy lashes. This is a finished look. As you can see, Jocelyn's is very different. She found a picture for me online, and I just did my best to copy it. These are a few of the other looks I did for Dia de los Muertos, as I truly enjoy doing the makeup for this festival. It's one of my favorite ways to express myself through art. And of course, my band and I performed, so I insisted on painting my bandmates' faces as well. Have fun for Dia de los Muertos. Paint your face, go to H-E-B, freak some people out, and have a good time. I hope this tutorial was helpful for all of you.
Well, as always, I have to give Clarissa a very special shout out. She is a woman of many talents, and obviously this is a masterpiece that you did with me and with you.
Thank you. Well, I don't get too much time to do art lately now that I'm a mom, so it honestly was kind of therapeutic, and I love doing Dia de los Muertos makeup. It's just so symbolic. It's special to our culture. Now, speaking of culture, we're here at K-Space Contemporary, and when we return, we're going to find out how they're celebrating Dia de los Muertos through November 11th, and we'll meet the artists. Stay with us. We'll be back with more. You're watching Coastal Living. You're watching our Dia de los Muertos special here on Coastal Living, and we're having an awesome time.
Yes, we are. We are at the perfect spot here at K-Space. There is just so much beauty around us for Dia de los Muertos.
Truly, and we're going to speak with Michelle, the director of K-Space, to learn more about this exhibit and what you can expect. So I'm back with Michelle. She's the director of K-Space Contemporary and Dia de los Muertos Festival, which was a blast. Now, talk to me about the amazing installment that you have here at K-Space, because it's still alive and it wants you to come see it.
Yeah, well, so these art exhibitions are up through November 11th, and we have Arte Immersivo, which is several selfie stations, immersive artwork. We have a tribute wall where people can write a memento to a deceased loved one and put it on the wall with the giant Mariposa. And we also have El Regreso de las Almas, which is our fine art exhibition by K-Space members.
Amazing. And are most of these artists local?
Yes, most of them are local. There's a couple from the Valley, but pretty much everybody's local.
Awesome. Well, if you didn't make it to the festival, we also have this gorgeous array of piñatas that were created by students. Let's remind everybody what those are about.
Right. They're students from K through 12 have created these amazing piñatas. They are up for voting, and the ones who get the highest votes get cash for classroom supplies, and you can vote online on our Facebook page.
Very, very cool. So not only that, guys, but if you're an Instagram guy or gal, so many photo ops here at K-Space, but there's another place we want everyone to visit with some more art.
I do. We have the youth art exhibition over at the Antonio E. Garcia Arts and Education Center, and that will also run through November 11th. The youth art exhibition features work by students students from grades 6 through 12. And again, you can vote for your favorite online. There's a People's Choice Award online, and 2 students from each category win awards.
Very, very cool. And what about an artist that wants to get involved with K-Space? How would they go about doing that?
It's easy to get involved. We have a membership program, and once you join, then you start getting all of our notices for exhibitions and ways to participate. And we have several exhibitions a year for our members.
So not only there's so much art to see here at K-Space at the Garcia Center, but I know the Ritz has some action going on too, right?
Yes, the Ritz is open from November 1st and 2nd, the Days of the Dead, and then again on November 4th for Art Walk from 6 to 9 p.m. And we have some singers, some mariachi singers that will be there. Letty and Oscar will be singing. They're really beautiful. They wear fantastic costumes, and it's a really, really gorgeous, beautiful, spiritual experience.
Amazing. And that will be on display till the 4th?
Till the 4th, yeah. The 4th is the last day for that.
Okay, so Garcia Center, K-Space, Ritz, get downtown, make it happen, y'all. So much to see, so much art to support, and so much culture to celebrate here in the Coastal Bend. All right, so big thanks to K-Space, not only for visiting with us and putting on such a beautiful display for Dia de los Muertos, but for allowing us to record our special here.
Exactly. They've really outdone themselves this year.
Truly, and I'm obsessed with these piñatas now.
So beautiful.
I don't want to show favoritism, but I do have to ask, which one's your favorite?
There is so much to choose from, obviously, but it's something about the coffin with the beautiful butterflies. Oh, yeah. I loved that piece.
Very cute. So many great pieces, like she said, but the first one that caught my eye, I think it's called Amor Eterno, and it's 2 piñatas swinging, and one of them is like the skeleton. It's so beautiful. Guys, you're going to have to come and see for yourselves. Place your votes. Now the kids are looking forward to finding out how many votes they got and who the winner is. And of course, winner gets all that cool art supplies. So come by K-Space through November 11th, like Michelle said, and visit. We'll be back with more on Coastal Living. All right, guys, I'm here with the one and only Mira Mayra at K-Space, and you've got to check out this gorgeous 3D setup done by, of course, Mayra and Miss Monica, who couldn't be with us today. Talk to me about this beautiful piece of art.
Yes, so this is the first of its kind here in Corpus Christi. So unfortunately, they're only going to be able to enjoy it during the festival, but we are hoping to find a permanent spot for it so they can be enjoyed 365.
I love it. Now, what kind of planning and work goes into building something like this? Because the average eye sees it and is like, this is iconic, but I watch y'all do it and it's like no big deal. They're just like, oh, the poles, let me paint the flowers. You make it look so easy.
So actually for us, it was easy this time. I told Monica, she was my girl, I said, you know what? I said, we're that good, we should just draw it, do a little simple sketch. I said, but let's just freehand the whole thing on the actual wood.
Yeah, and it looks incredible. Now, is there meaning behind it? I know that these flowers, the orange and the yellow flowers, are symbolic to Dia de los Muertos,
yes,
right?
So it's a take on the marigolds, but of course, being artists, we wanted to put our own twist. So these flowers behind us, that's very Monica, but the flowers below us, that's very me. So it's like a little bit of me and Monica in this beautiful mural.
Very, very cool. Now you're gonna find this here at K-Space, which we highly encourage you to come check it out. And what does the marigold stand for?
It's known to awaken the deaf because of its powerful, potent smell. And also, you're supposed to align it on your altar so the spirits are able to see the beautiful colors, and it helps guide the spirits to your altar and back to us, to the earth realm.
Very, very cool. And I think Dia de los Muertos is a great opportunity to focus on perhaps an individual that passed away in your family that you didn't get to know, that you weren't super familiar with, and to take that opportunity to ask questions and find out more about them so you can pass that on to your children. So who are the main people that you celebrate during Dia de los Muertos?
Ooh,
without crying.
I know. She's almost getting me to tear up. I'm going to try. Of course, my abuelitos, and then my tios who passed away when they were young, like little kids.
Too young.
Too young, to the fact that we don't even have pictures of them. So I made them little skulls with the banner with their name on them this year.
I didn't even think about that. What a beautiful way to commemorate somebody who didn't get the chance to take a photo. Well, whoever you are remembering for this beautiful holiday, celebrate them, celebrate the gorgeous life that they lived. Don't forget to leave them some food and drinks and cervezas or whatever they loved while they were here on earth, because you know that they'll be enjoying it up in the heavens. And of course, anytime, but particularly this season, stop by K-Space and check out all the amazing art from people all around the coastal bend. So thank you so much, Myra, for sharing your art with us.
As Myra said, Dia de los Muertos is all about honoring and remembering our loved ones who have passed on. We asked you to share photos of your loved ones on our Facebook page, so here's a chance to honor them. Thank you all so much for joining us today on our Dia de los Muertos special for Coastal Living.
Yes, everything about today's show was amazing, especially being here at K-Space. It's a great way to honor this wonderful holiday and just come out and support this beautiful venue, the artists, and so much more.
Yeah, we want to remind you that you can come visit till November 11th to check out the art. Like you said, it's just a really great reminder of the culture, the history behind it, why we celebrate, and honestly, just a burst of color and light here in the building.
Exactly, and be sure to head over to our Facebook and Instagram at Coastal Living TV. Give us that like and follow and share your photos.
Yep, and as spooky season comes to a close, we've got a whole new holiday to celebrate. So be sure to join us all through the month of November to get ready for fall and all things pumpkin spice, baby.
I'm ready for it.
All right, guys, we'll see you right here tomorrow on 4 o'clock on Coastal Living.